the online meeting of JCI Zone 20 Region D in association with the Innovation and Entrepreneurship Center of Kochouseph Institute of Science and Technology, hereby called to order. Let's start the session. I am JCI Anju Varghese, President JCI Mulanthuruthy. May I invite Mr. Chittilapilly Nixon, the Chief Executive Officer, Kochouseph IED, for the welcome address.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening to the respected dignitaries of JCI, faculty members, and students of this prestigious institution. I extend a warm welcome to you all. I, Chittilapilly Nixon, a second-year BTech student who's eagerly waiting to hear from an esteemed guest of the day, Ms. Sheela Kochouseph. She is a remarkable businesswoman who has earned a place for herself in this industry since 1995. Every aspiring business person has been inspired by pragmatic work ethic and the journey she has taken to create this company. Peter Drucker, an Australian business consultant, once said the best way to predict the future is to create it. This is why entrepreneurship in the minds of tomorrow's youth is more about than just growing a business. It's about creating a way of life based on one's passion. That is today's theme, and we are all looking forward in hearing as well as learning from you, ma'am. So with that, on behalf of Kochouseph Institute of Science and Technology and JCI Mulanthuruthy, I welcome President of JCI Mulanthuruthy, Anju Varghese, Zone President, JC Senator Sridhar, Zone Vice President, Gentle Advocate Nelson Joseph, the Honorable Chief Guest of the day, Ms. Sheela Kochouseph, President of JCI Cochin, JC Sadar Ali, JCI Cochin Metro, JC Rahul Monish, JCI Ernakulam, JC Eldos Abi, JCI Moatpula Ignite, JC Pradeep, JC Kolancheri, JC Anil Marcos, JCI Karmugul, JC Rafiq Bajaj, JCI Alwa Town, JC George, and the Principal of Kochouseph Institute of Science and Technology, Mr. Dr. Preeti Theket, and IEDC Nodal Officer, Advocate Titus Thomas, and all the esteemed dignitaries and students present here. I welcome you once again. So with no further delay, I welcome the President of JCI Mulanthuruthy to give a presidential address. Thank you. You're muted.
The most respected Chief Guest of the day, Ms. Sheela Kochouseph Chittilapilly, our leader, our Zone President, JC Senator Sridhar, our motivator, our assigned Vice President of Region D, JC Advocate Nelson Joseph, Principal, Dr. Preeti Theket, Mr. Titus Thomas, IED, Nodal Officer, students and faculty members of Kochouseph Institute of Science and Technology, our co-host launch chapters, JC Anil of Kolancheri, JC Eldos, JC Ernakulam, JC George, JC Alway Town, JC Pradeep, JC Moatpula Ignite, JC Sattar, JC Kochi, JC Rahul, JC Kochi Metro, and JC Rafiq, JC Karimugal. Even in the midst of COVID pandemic, I feel proud and honored to host this special event. On behalf of JCI, I jointly organized with Innovations and Entrepreneur Development Center of Kochouseph Institute of Science and Technology. The chief guest of the day, Ms. Sheela Kochouseph Chittilapilly, is a synonym of hard work and icon of success. Her dedication and commitment towards work is remarkably reflected in all aspects. A great entrepreneur, a great mentor, and a great human. Thank you so much, ma'am, for accepting our invitation. We wish you all success in your tiring journey. Thank you. Chair recognize the presence of all your gathered here, especially our Zone President, JC Senator Sridhar, our ZVP, Advocate Nelson Joseph, and all the dignitaries who are here. Thank you. May I invite our assigned ZVP and our guide and our motivator for the felicitation.
Thank you, President, for the opportunity. Respected Chair, President of JCI Mulanduruthi Anju Varghese, Chief Guest of the Day, JCI Senator Srijit Sridhar, today's speaker, the business icon, Srimati Sheela Kochouseph, Principal and other dignitaries from Kochouseph Institute, other hosting norms, ladies and gentlemen, warm good evening to you all. Doing consistent programs is possible, but doing consistent programs which are equally good in quality, it is a rare thing. Right from the beginning of this year, we have been seeing JCI Mulanduruthi is doing consistently quality programs. This is yet another one. I take this opportunity to congratulate the entire team of JCI led by JCI Anju Varghese for doing this kind of meaningful and fruitful programs. Let me also congratulate we are witnessing another thing, like it is the unity and cooperation. It's a gesture of unity and cooperation we are seeing here. The entire program was conceptualized, executed, initiated by Mulanduruthi JCI, but other LOMs, other chapters from our region offered their cooperation, and Mulanduruthi hardly accepted that, and we are seeing and witnessing a big crowd because of that. So I take this opportunity to congratulate all the host LOM presidents and Mulanduruthi for the wonderful gesture. We know JCI is known for its leadership trainings. It is also known as the world's largest youth organization. We also know JCI is the major partner of United Nations in achieving its sustainable development goals. We know there are 17 goals, and goal number 5 is gender equality. JCI is committed to achieve that goal along with the UN's vision. This is a program which is in tune with that vision, that mission of JCI in achieving gender equality. We know we have a lady national president this year, Raki Jain. Her vision is also on the same lines. Her vision is to have maximum number of lady JCs coming to the organization, ladies coming to the organization, maximum number of entrepreneurs coming up, maximum number of lady leadership to the organization. We have our vibrant zone president is here. He is also having the same vision in tune with the vision of our national president, having more growth to the organization, more growth by way of including more ladies, more youngsters to the organization. So I think this is the best platform. This is the best program for attracting youngsters, young entrepreneurs. There is no other better person than Sheela ma'am for motivating, inspiring, and enlightening us towards that vision. I take this opportunity to thank and congratulate Sheela ma'am for taking her precious time for our JC members. So wishing you all a wonderful evening, enlightening session from Sheela ma'am. Thank you all. Thank you for the opportunity, President. Over to Chair.
Thank you, sir. I invite our zone president, JC Sridhar for the address the gathering.
The most respected and vibrant long president of JCI, Mulanduruthi JCI, Anju. Today's speaker, I think all are waiting for her words. Ms. Sheela Kochouseph, Managing Director, Mr. Garments and Private Limited, and my dear Zone Vice President, leading this particular region in a different way and in a big heights actually. For the last 2-3 months, he is taking too much pains to motivate the entire region, long presidents, and even in the grassroots level members to become the best region of the zone. So dear Zone Vice President Nelson, and all the long presidents of the region and the secretaries, treasurers, and I think members and staff from Kochouseph Institute. Very good evening to one and all. Today, actually, in the zone, parallelly, some 3 programs are going on at the same time. First of all, I just congratulating the effort taken by the Molandurthi chapter, because Molandurthi always doing the programs in a very systematic and very authentic way. This business trial is a program, actually, it's from the national program. It's all over India, this program is happening in these days. And almost all the LOMs, some around 1,800 LOMs are doing this program from the last 2-3 days. Each and every LOM have to do 3 different programs in connection with the business. And from the Zone 20, the Molandurthi chapter actually come out with this idea, so starting this trio program in our zone. This is the second program. The one more is there. One is already finished. And every program, the quality-wise, the best out of the best programs actually Molandurthi is implementing. First of all, congratulations to the entire Molandurthi team, and especially the President Anju. And also, the one vice president is motivating like anything the whole region. So, I especially congratulations and appreciation to Nelson also. And we know we actually we don't expect that this time again this pandemic will hit in this particular way. So, JC is always thinks something in a different way. If a crisis comes, actually we finding some opportunity there. Last year also this crisis we have actually find an opportunity, and we encourage and motivated the entire JCI fraternity and even the public to face how to face the situations, even in the business people, because business people actually they are suffering a lot while these pandemics are all hitting. So at that time we are empowering them. That time we are giving more valuable inputs to them, and we are with them to encourage. And this year also, actually, we are not expected that this time it will happen in this much pathetic situation. So, this when the last 2-3 weeks back, we get a small spark that now the situation is going to worse and it's coming to be a lockdown situation. So at that time onwards, actually, Zone 20 start to think to give new opportunities, new business plans and things to the business people, and they encourage them, because definitely they will suffer a little bit this particular time. So for that, the national level, they come with a program for the business trio, and the zone also now up to 29th of this month continuous actually programs is going on in this particular area, business area. So we are always ahead with this type of implementing this process, and I think after that only the other organizations taking up these situations and doing the project in the for the situations. So dear friends, actually today we all are here for listening the words of Sheela ma'am. So I'm writing my words, and I'm also very eager to be here for waiting to hearing the words from the Sheela ma'am, because he is one of the very famous personality and experienced personality. He can able to motivate, he can able to give some lights in our minds how to overcome these situations, how to be strong in these particular situations. And that's all about. And wishing you all the very best in this day, and wishing you a very good learning also in this session. And thank you, thank you very much for calling me and inviting me, especially the President Anju and the entire team, co-host and their team. And thank you very much. JCI, thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable and wonderful words. Chair recognizes the presence of our baby chapter president-elect, Eldo.
Thank you.
I invite JC Sattar Ali, President of JCI Kochi, for a pleasant task.
Thank you for the opportunity, Chairman. I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. It takes a most exceptional mind to establish oneself as a pioneer in a myriad of fields. There you can find an excellent lady among them from us. Yes, dears, she is one of the founders and the current president of Women Entrepreneurs Network, WEN, an organization for developing women entrepreneurs. She started a lifestyle and innerwear brand called V-Star in 1995. As the chairperson and managing director, she grew the company as one of the leading innerwear and lifestyle garment brands in South India and Middle East. Currently, V-Star employs more than 1,200 direct and indirect employees, and her products marketed through 60 distributors, 6,000 dealers, and 20 exclusive brand outlets across Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Karnataka. She has won several awards and accolades for her stellar contribution in various fields, including Women Entrepreneurs Awards from TIE Kerala, Denham Business Magazine, Ritz Magazine, Birchman's Institute of Management Studies, Lions Club International, and so on. Interestingly, in her college days, she represented the hockey team for Calicut University. Not only that, outside the business field, she is an avid painter and has conducted an exhibition of her works in Kerala. Married to a big business role model and a lover of humankind, Mr. Kochouseph Chittilapilly, founder and chairman of V-Guard Group. And her sons, elder one, Mr. Arun, is the director of Wonderla Amusement Park, while Mr. Mithun is managing director of V-Guard Industries. Ladies and gentlemen, let me wholeheartedly welcome our today's guest, a woman of consistency and perseverance, Mrs. Sheela Kochouseph. Madam, please. Over to Chairman.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So that is a lot, Sattar Ali, for the good words that you have put in to introduce me. I don't know whether I deserve all that. But then, thank you so much. And JC Anju Varghese, thanks a lot for having me here with you. And I thought it was an event of the college, JCI of Molanturuthi, but now I learned there are more clubs who are attending this event. Can I start?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes. A very good evening to all JCI members. Thank you so much. This is like, I thought it was just a single club, but now I learned many clubs are there to listen to me, which makes me a bit nervous, but thanks a lot. And Nelson, he also put in a lot of good words about me. Thanks a lot. I think many of you know me only because of my husband, who is a very famous person here, loving human, lover of humanity, and he does lots of social service. Only because of him, many people know me. But then when my children grew up, I thought I have to do something of my own. And before that, my husband said, if you want to do something, you come to V-Guard and help me out. So I started to go to V-Guard. I went there for 1 year, and it was like, it was all electronics and electricals and physics and I didn't know anything about it. Then he told me, okay, then you look after the HRD department, which also I didn't know much about that subject. So I told him, after 1 year, I felt so bad and I was like sort of fatigued. I thought, okay, this is not going to work with me. I told him, please just relieve me. I just want to leave here because without me, it is running very well. And without me, you can achieve more. If I'm here, maybe you will not achieve so much. So just leave me alone. That's how I left V-Guard. And after 2-3 years, I thought, okay. And from my childhood, I was a very a creative person. My father had a jewelry cum textile shop, and we stayed just behind the shop. So, my father died when I was just 15 years. I just passed my 10th exam. And our family is a big family with 12 children. And I was the 11th child. And I had just one more sister behind me. So when my father dies, it was a patriarchal family, and he had a jewelry and textile shop. 2-3 sentences about my father. My father's name was P.K. Vavu, and I was born in Alapad, Palathingal, Taravadu, and now all our relatives are in gold business, jewelry business, like this Alapad jewelry, all those jewelries. And my mother is from Chemanoor family, from Chittilapilly near Thrissur. And all my mother's family is also jewelers, Chemanoor jewelers. And my father, he was the manager of the first branch of the South Indian Bank. First branch of the South Indian Bank, he was the manager. He was just a 10th standard passed person, but he was the manager. So during those days, must be in British rule time, he was very good in English. I still remember his handwriting and his grammar, and he speaks English after 10th standard. And that village called Vadakanjeri, that is where I was born. And my father's place is Kattur near Thrissur. And when I remember, my father had this jewelry cum textile shop. So each day after school, I used to go and sit near my father and look at him, like how he does business, what are the fabrics, what is cotton, what is silk, what is polyester. And polyester was not in much use during those days. Everything was cotton or silk or all natural fibers. Customers used to come, and Onam was the best season. So my father used to get very busy. He used to call all his nephews to help him in the Onam business, because Onam business was, and my father's shop's name was P.K. Vavu and Sons. So like any other patriarchal family, our family was also patriarchal. And when my father dies at my age was just 15, he was only 68. And when he died, his only one son had got married, and there were 5 boys and 7 girls in our family. And my brothers took over the business, like the patriarchal family. And the girls were to be married off with the minimum. At least that was what in my family what happened. And that is how, in spite of many proposals came from doctors and engineers and other people, but then I was destined to marry a businessman. This businessman had started his business just 6 months back. Can you believe it? It was a small, he had the industry. When he said he was a business person, he had an industry. I thought it was a huge industry with that smoke tower and all that. But when I visited the industry, it was just a small shed with just 4 employees. And I thought, my God, this is the business. How am I going to survive? I thought. But then during those days, girls were not very responsible in their future. Everything was decided by her father, if she had father, and brothers, if she had brothers. And girls had no say in those days. So, and he came to see me with his father and his mother and his sister. And he asked me some questions like, did you stay in hostel or something, some 1 or 2 questions he asked. And that was it. Maybe these days you may not believe, because this arranged marriage was like that. We just see each other and ask 1 or 2 questions, and that is it. But all my brothers or our brothers or our parents, they decided everything. That's how I married. I married him at I was just 24. After my degree, I did some courses in dressmaking. I did my degree in home science. And we got married in 1977. Now it is about 44 years since we got married. I'm 67 and he's 70. So that is my married life. And my childhood, I think I had to mention something about my childhood. I was born in 1954. Now I'm 67. So in my childhood, my school days, we hardly had any toys. We had to make our own toys. We had to find out our own entertainments or amusements, whatever. And we were lucky because we had a lot of time. Because unlike these days, we had hardly anything to study in the evenings. So we had a lot of time for our creativity. And from my childhood, I was a very creative person. So I used to pick all these small, and there was this tailor sitting in the corner of my father's shop. So I used to go there and watch him, how he does his cutting and stitching and all that. So I was so much fascinated by it. And in my childhood, whenever somebody asked me who you want to become, I said, I want to become a tailor. So that was my ambition. And I never knew, even when during my college days, I never knew there was an institute like Institute of Fashion Technology. I never knew that. NIFT existed. I never knew that. That's how after I took my degree in home science because I was interested on this home sciences. And what is this home science? It is not only cooking. We had psychology, child psychology, physiology, bacteriology, microbiology, textiles and clothing, food and nutrition. And that was almost all the subjects we had. So I loved all those subjects. And after my degree, I went for a 6-month course in Vimalalayam here in Kochi, where I learned how to do smoking. Smoking means not just smoking, but like embroidery. How do you make frocks like pleats, and you do embroidery on that. And I learned many basic things about cutting and stitching in Vimalalayam. So that was my experience with garments. And when I got married in 1977, I had the first child on the first anniversary and the second child on the after 2 years. So I had 2 boys. The elder one is Arun and the second one is Mithun. And I couldn't stitch anything for these boys because shorts and t-shirts, shirts, all that I didn't know how to make. I always wanted to make frocks, but with these boys, I couldn't do anything. But then I started stitching the curtains and my night dresses and all that. And during those days, even my college days, our uniform was in saris. We used to wear only saris and blouses. No other dresses were there. And I was a hockey player. I was a university hockey player. And I enjoyed my sports life during my degree. Actually, it was a girls' hostel and things were very strict. We are not allowed to go outside and we were not allowed, guests were not allowed inside, not many guests. And and there was an engineering college. I studied in Mimla College. So there was an engineering college just opposite our college. So we didn't have a football court or hockey court. So we used to go to the engineering college to play hockey. And I have so many friends there as engineers, but not lovers, okay? All were friends. So I'm still friendly with all those boys. And I used to get a lot of love letters and all those days, but I never thought, no, nothing, that I just want to be friends because I never study and sports, that was my focus. And I never thought about love affairs and all that. In spite of many of my friends had lovers from engineering college. Some of them got married to the engineers also. But I was not amused by all that. I was a little bit serious. I mean, I didn't like that taking life into a like a game or like a what do you say, like a fun. No, I was a bit serious. And after my degree, I got married when I was 24. He was from a remote village called Parapur. Near Ambala Hospital, we had to go a bit interior. I was, even though I was born in that Vadakajeri town, we were right in the town. So our life was very different from his life. Our life was full of noise, full of people because so many children. And my father will come home after 9:30 after he's closing the shop. Then our life starts. But in his family, his father was a farmer, and it was a remote village. At 7 o'clock, they will close the doors. Then it was like dark. I stayed there only for 3 months. I don't think I could stay there more because life was so different for me. And everything looked gloomy because there was no noise. There was no people in the house, only father, mother, and my husband will go to Kochi every day morning at 7 o'clock, and he'll come back in the evening by 8 o'clock. And I was there the whole day doing nothing, only reading Manorama newspaper again and again and again. And they didn't have a sewing machine or anything, or just they had a radio there. And my life was very different, but I never complained. I was very happy because I thought, because I lost my father, I thought, okay, this is my father. I just started loving them, and just putting them in my parents' place, and that is how I started my living. I have never complained. Till date, I have never complained. I have no complaints. So I'm a type of person who will adjust with any environment. That is my blessing. And but I loved them. They also liked me a lot because they appreciated me. I liked cooking. I made cake. They didn't have an oven, so I brought my oven there and started cooking and all that. But I stayed there only for 3 months. Then we shifted to Cochin. That was his business. But what I found was my husband's business was very different from my father's business. My father was there in the shop from 10 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock. But this man went from home by 8:30. He'll buy fish or whatever things for me because we just had one scooter. What scooter was it? Vespa? I don't know the name. One scooter he had. So I used to sit behind him. I mean, we just started our life in a rented house, small house. The rent was 450 rupees those days, 1977. I still remember that. And I got pregnant just the next month, and that is it. And after then I was nausea, vomiting. The first year was like hell for me. So I told him I want to go to my mom. I don't want to cook and eat. I couldn't stand the smell. I was a good cook, but then those days were very difficult for me. But still I managed. And I have 2 sons. And I think my family was like, my mother, she was like a bit modern. Like she used to send me, we friends used to go to movies. Those days, can you imagine? But then I learned to look after myself, and I didn't need anyone to look after anybody else because I knew how to look after myself. When I went to play hockey, my brother made a big hue and cry there. Why, Amma, why you are sending her for hockey, sports and all that? She is going to play with the boys, this, that, so many things they were discussing. But for me, it was just my friends, and I had nothing else in my mind. And I just wanted to play. So, but you know what happened on the 3rd year? My mother said, you cannot go to play hockey. That was my saddest moments in my life. I'll never forget that. It was so bad for me because my friends were going to play for coaching games, for matches, and I was just sitting there and crying. But then during those days, girls from good families, they were never sent to sports, never sent to engineering colleges, never sent to other states for studies. But then, okay, then I accepted it. I would like to say some words from Swami Vivekananda. He said, look at the raindrops when it falls from the sky. It is so pure, it is so clear, you can drink it, you can do whatever you want it. It is so pure. But suppose the water drops fall in a gutter, there is no value for that water anymore because it has it is dirt in the gutters and the water becomes very filthy and you cannot even wash your legs with this water. Suppose it falls in a hot stone, it just evaporates and it just perishes and it is not just there, it just disappears. And if it falls on a lotus leaf, it sparkles like a diamond. And it is so safe and it is so pure form in the lotus leaves. And if it falls inside an oyster, it irritates the oyster and it makes a pearl comes out the oyster. So this is very important because its worth depends on the existence, you know. So this is a very good analogy to compare your existence, the people surrounding you, your character, your personality reflects the people around you. It is very true. I have lots of friends. In my school friends also are still my friends. I still call them. None of my friends call me because they think I'm a very big business magnate. I don't have time. I'm busy, this, that. But you know, I call them. I make it a point to call them, everyone. Still, they are very reluctant to speak to me, and which makes me very, very sad. So don't estimate people by their money or their power. They are pure soul inside, you know. Even I have cried when my friend said, oh, you're so busy, you don't have time. I said, no, that is rubbish. I have all the time for my friends. And you won't believe I made groups for my school friends, for my Vimalalian friends, and for my Vimala college friends. I made myself. They all think I don't have time, but they don't know I have surplus time in my life. I get up early. At 6:30, I get up. My husband gets up at 5 o'clock. He's a very systematic person, as all of you know, a big businessman, very positive and very creative and very brainy. But I'm nothing compared to him. I'm not very brainy. I have failed in my chemistry exam for my degree. But now I feel, what is this organic chemistry, this chemistry, that chemistry? I never liked it, but then I had to go through it. It was hell. So I think you should not evaluate your children by the marks they get. It has nothing to do with their future. You just follow, let them follow their passion. That is what I did. I followed my passion and I'm here only because I followed my passion. When I told my husband, I don't want to come to VGOD, I want to do something on my own. He said, why? Why? Everybody asked, my mother, my brothers, sisters, friends, why? You have so much money, you have such a big house, you have big cars, your husband had a lot of money, then why? I said, I don't want money. It's not for my money. It's for nothing but my own satisfaction. I want to do something on my own. I want to excel in whatever I am good at. That's what I told him. That's how I started. It is like a small shop, but then that shop didn't take off. Also, I had my younger sister who was abandoned by her husband with 2 small girls. So I told my husband I want to support her. And I told you, as my father died at my young age, and brothers had their own business and their own busy schedules. So no one was taking care of my younger sister. So I said, I want to do something for her. I want to start a shop. That's how I started the shop. The shop didn't take off. So I told my husband, this shop is not doing well. What should I do? Then he said, you do. Then what? When the customers started to coming to the shop, I told my sister, we'll make this garments. We were doing salwar kameez. I told her, we'll make these garments and take to the shops in the Convent Road. Lots of boutiques there. We'll sell to them, and we'll ask them to sell, because we don't have the showroom. They have the showroom. We know how to make the dress. So it's a good opportunity for us. So we took all these dresses in big, huge airbags, and with my the small car, we took all these dresses to these shops, and we started selling. And it just took off like that. So my husband said, okay, that the name was Catwalk. The brand name was Catwalk. So my husband said, there is one registered trade name. I didn't know anything about business. Okay, nothing. I just want to make good dresses and sell. That's it. And those days, until that time, sari was the main dress for women here. So salwar kameez was slowly coming into fashion. So I told my husband, I just want to take this as a business. Then he said, okay, there is a brand name called V-Star, registered brand name. He meant it for his stabilizers, but then he had stopped all the other brands. He had so many brands because I think they had some separate ceiling for turnover. So V-Star, V-King, Voltex, V-Guard, so many names he had. So those days he had stopped all the other brands other than V-Guard. Then he said, this brand name is there. Then I told him, I'll take V-Star. That's how I branded my garments, V-Star. And I started making salwar kameezes, and I thought, okay, I like dresses, simple dresses, not very bright colors, not gold and all that. So I thought, okay, Malayalis, as they started wearing salwar kameez, they're not getting dresses according to their taste. Everything was made in Bombay, magenta, green, red, or blue, all those bright colors with lot of gold work and all that. And I knew Malayali women never liked that. So I thought, okay, I'll make dresses to cater to their taste. And I started making dresses. And in the beginning, it was very tough because shop owners said, tell your madam to make dresses for the customers, not for her. Because I liked all light colors, pastels, and light, simple colors, simple dresses. Then my designer came to me, madam, നമുക്ക് gold thread madam വാങ്ങിച്ചിട്ടേ ഇല്ല ഇവിടെ മാർക്കറ്റിൽ പോകുമ്പോ all the dresses have gold embroidery. So I never thought like this. I thought majority people wanted dresses which I liked. Then my husband also told me, don't make products for you. You make products for the customers. You make the customers happy, and then you will win. So all these have helped me. All my husband's advices in business have helped me. Yeah, I owe to him a lot because he gave me a loan to start my business. He gave me his an office building was lying there idle without. It was not used. He said, you can take that place. But he said, give me some rent because he didn't want to give money like that. So I had to pay rent. I had to pay interest and pay back the loan and all that. But that's okay. I thought, okay, this is how I should learn. I never felt anything bad. Oh, husband taking rent from me. No, that's okay. Because he is a person, he was very careful about his money because he know how hard he worked to earn money, his money. That's okay. And that's how I started my business. But it helped me because I had to pay the rent, I had to pay the interest, I had to pay the loan back. And I just started my business. In the early years, it was very difficult. And he said, okay, you have to, I just recruited 10 people, one embroidery person, one stitching, one tailor, one designer, one salesperson, one purchase person, one accountant, and one hand embroidery, people like that, 10 people. So he said, okay, now we have 10 people, but you have to give them good salary because they have come to, because we interviewed these people at the VGuard office. He said, they have come to your office thinking that is the sister concern of VGuard. So you have to give the same salary VGuard is giving. I said, no, but I have no income. How can I pay so much? He said that I don't know, but I'll give you a loan, but then you have to give. And the first year I had to give 25% of was the bonus to the employees. And by that first year, I had about 15 people. Like that, I increased my employees. First few years were in loss because the expenses were too much and the income was very less. But then after 6 years only, the business was break even. Also, it was my fault because I thought, okay, this is my hobby. I'll make just dresses. I never looked at the accounts, the registers, nothing I bothered. I just designed dresses. And I was not a finance person, and commerce and finance was like maths. Everything was very difficult for me. I never knew anything about maths and finance. So first few years was in loss, yes. And we used to have, and then 2000 VGuard started. My husband took some of people from VGuard and started one VGuard Land, the amusement park. When he started the amusement park, I went there. Oh, I used to go there. I was involved in designing the garden because I have lots of hobbies, I tell you. Painting, gardening, cooking, dress designing, interior decoration, you name it, and I have it. That's it. Okay. So when we started VGuard Land, I thought, okay, I'll take my dealers to VGuard Land just as a compliment, and took all my dealers to VGuard Land. Then they, with a lunch and one full day seminar and meeting and all that. So they came and told me, ma'am, why don't you make bra and panties? We don't get good innerwears here. Then there was only one brand, and supply was always short. We had to pay in advance 6 months back, and only after 3-4 months we get the product. So why don't you look into that? I thought, okay, it's a good proposition. I thought I look into it, and I called my pattern maker. I asked him, do you know how to cut bra? He said, no, ma'am, I don't know. Okay, you go to the shops and buy good brand bras, all sizes, you buy and come back. Then he came back with a lot of bras. We took out all the stitches, and me and that person, my pattern maker, we sat together. We learned how to grade the sizes, and we learned everything about the bras, and he grasped it very well. And that's how we made bras. And then came a lot of furor from all directions. What are you doing, bra? What is this? A woman from a respected family doing this kind of filthy business. What do you think you are? And all my husband's Rotary members, they dragged him like that. What is she has put up a hoarding there with a woman wearing a bra standing like this. What is this? They were just joking, but my husband got very angry. He came here. What are you doing there? We have put up hoarding there with a woman wearing a bra in the North Station. I said, Kochouseph, please don't get angry at me. This is my business. I have to do some advertisement. What is stabilizer to you? That is bra to me. So I have to advertise. I have to survive. Then slowly I made him understand, and he just cooled down. So that's how the bra was started. And after that, I started panties, then brief, vest, then kids wear, then all kinds of outerwears also. And so I was busy like that in my business, and it was my passion. So every day I think about what is the new future product. And in 6 years back, I thought, okay, many shopkeepers, they're not stocking my products. And so many, I used to advertise in Vanita magazine, that bra, lace bra, this, that, but customers are not getting the product. So they called me, Sheela, you're advertising on Vanita, lots of products, but we are not getting these products in the market. Why you are not looking into that? I said, oh, okay. Then only I realized the main dealers here, like all big shops, they were not stocking my product because they were all stocking Bombay, products coming from Bombay and all that, because they never believed that a brand from Kerala is not going to take off. So they underestimated me and they never stocked my product. So I called my manager and said, I want a showroom in Cochin with exclusive outlet for V-Star. During those days, I had a women's brand called V-Star, a bra and panty called Vanessa, brief and vest branded Valero, 3 brands. So he said, ma'am, the rent is too high. I don't think it is viable to start a shop for V-Star exclusive. And I had started 5 exclusive outlets for V-Star Sudidars, but slowly I had to close down all the 5 showrooms. So my husband said, my manager said, we started 5 showrooms, we had to close down. We don't want to have that failure once more, madam, better be careful. I said, no, I want my shop with only V-Star products, because none of these big shops are stocking my products. I have about 85 types of bras, and these main shops are not stocking my products, only small shops. And the small shops are stocking only the fast moving 10 or 12 patterns, the low priced products. So all my good products, all my dream products were just lying in the warehouse. I said, no, I just cannot bear it, because it was heart-taking for me. I want a shop. Then my manager went and looked around and said, then another manager came and told me, there's one showroom in Center Square, ma'am. It's a small shop, only 380 square feet. I said, I want that shop. I went there and found, okay, I want just small shop only, not big rent, because they were all worried about the revenue and the rent and the viability of the project. We took that shop and we started it. It was a hit. It was a huge success, I can tell you. Then I started my journey, exclusive outlets. Now I have 24 exclusive outlets. So that is one thing. Then when I planned the shop, I have to put a hoarding. So I said, oh my God, I have 3 names. This I cannot, I just want one name. All my managers came running, my mom, no, don't do that, because Vanessa is a good name, Valero is a better name, and V-Star is a good name. Don't put all one name. We want all these 3 names. I said, no, nothing. I want just one name. And I couldn't sleep that night. Next day I decided I had planned an advertisement, a TV commercial for Valero. I called my TV commercial, that director, and told him, I'm going to put only just one name, V-Star. So I want a woman model also to showcase the men and women's products all together in one TV commercial. And just hold it, because he had decided the venue, the everything, the star, the cameraman, everything. I said, just hold on for 2 weeks and just shift to that man and women commercial. So that's how we, and for the shop, I put just V-Star. Then I called another agency. I said, I want a logo, just V-Star. I want a big V and a star hidden in it. And he did a good job of the big V and star in it. That is how the V-Star new logo was born. I was very happy. That was the first press conference I held just to showcase my new logo. And see, when I look back, I think a lot of things happen in my business life. when we had family business meet, I had nothing to boast of because Wonderla had a huge project. It was a huge project, a huge income. And we got, then I don't have to say anything about it. It was so big. And my vista was so small. I said, no, this is not going to happen. I have to keep my head straight up and survive. So that is how I just started growing. Before that, it was just my hobby business, okay? And I started delegating power to my managers, and that's how the business grew. And I had a manager. He thought because in the beginning, he used to look after everything. So I said things were not working well because he put in his hand in all the departments and things were like a mess. So, and so many our employees were unhappy with him. And I thought, okay, it is time for him to leave. I just sent him out. So all these small things, but all important decisions I took to make V-Star a single brand and to send out people who are not worthy, who will not stand by you to grow big. Some managers, they think I want everything in my hand. If I have to put everything in my hand, it has to be small. If it grows big, I cannot hold it because he doesn't have the power or he doesn't have the knowledge to do it. So I recruited new people to the organization. Now I have Idea Phone's head, Mr. Vinu Varghese, with me. I wanted the best people to lead my organization, and now we are in the growth, the path of growth. But then, okay, Corona came and a lot of problems. All the units were closed and the salary was cut down. All the shops were closed. It was like, it was so bad. And I thought, so a manager from Wonderla asked me, ma'am, meanwhile, please tell me if I'm exceeding the time, okay? Hello? Hello? Can you hear?
No,
Yes, madam. Yes, we can.
Yeah. How many more minutes? How many more minutes I have?
There is no time stipulation. You can continue.
Okay, you can continue, ma'am.
Okay. Oh my God, I should not take too much of your time. Okay. Where did I stop? Okay, mask. Okay, then all the units were closed and all our raw materials were there. We had planned huge growth in the organization and we had stock, bra, panties, brief, this, that, in about 35 crores of worth material was just lying in the warehouse. And in that, about 15 crores were raw materials. And others were elastic, this, that, and finished goods. Then a manager from Wonderla called me and said, ma'am, can you make 50 masks? Because the Corona has came, we need masks. They are not available in the market. I said, yeah, I can make. Then I called my manager and said, if you make 50 masks, then luckily during my visit to Vietnam, I saw on the roadside people selling masks. For the curiosity, I just bought 5-6 masks from them. And it was very thick mask. We cannot wear in this tropical climate, but weather. But I just had bought for my curiosity. So it was just lying in my drawer. I just took it out and took the pattern. I thought, oh, it suits so well, very good shape. And I thought, okay, we'll make mask. I gave that thing to my manager and asked him to, this other mask. You can see the V here. Yeah. And we made 50 masks. Then we got, Mithun called me, I want 500 masks to all the branches. Okay, I'll make. I made 500 masks. Then I called my Vinu and told him, so much of enquiries are there for mask. We have to make. Then we said, okay, we'll make mask, madam. We'll open one, and we got special permission from the authorities to open the unit only to make mask, only because of the life-saving mask. Otherwise, they won't, because it was all closed down time. And we opened one unit and we started making masks. So, so Vinu came and told me, ma'am, we can sell the mask in our exclusive outlets. We had about 22 exclusive outlets. Then I told him, if you want to sell to only 22 exclusive outlets, just don't make masks. If you are making masks, we have to sell the mask throughout the South India. We have to supply to the distributors. We have to sell through all the dealers in South India, because it is a good opportunity, big opportunity. Not because it just cost about maybe 30, 40, 50, 60 rupees, nothing. No revenue, no big revenue from these products. But I think people need this product. I want to help the people. Also, I want to help the workers, because they have no job, they have no income. At least 300 rupees per day they can earn. That will be good, because they have zero income. And our design team and the new products team, they had no job to do. I thought this is an opportunity to motivate all my team and all my workers. I said, we are going to sell this mask throughout South India. Also, we are going to export. Just open the units and start manufacturing. All the 16 units were opened. We started manufacturing. It is not huge revenue. Maybe, I think maybe 4 or 5 crores within this 1 year. But I thought in my mind, okay, this is, until that time, we were masters in women's wear and kids wear. But men's wear, we were finding it very difficult, because men thought this is a woman's brand and they were not like attracted to V-Star brand. I thought, okay, we have to do something. You know what? Our masks were the best masks available in the market, and men started coming to all the shops asking for our masks. So I thought, okay, it clicked. I could attract some men to my brand. And that was, I mean, a lot of happiness I got, because I don't know, I didn't get any money from that. Not that it was a huge profit, but a lot of positivity came to my life. A lot of positivity and motivation came to our office. All became suddenly busy. Otherwise, everybody was sitting like this, doing nothing, what to do, like hands and legs are tied. We couldn't do anything. So when this mask came, a lot of energy came, and everybody became so active. And I still remember those days, like such a small product, but everybody was so enthusiastic to design. Now I think we have about 20, 30 designs in masks, and many people just agree that this is the best mask, most comfortable one. Okay, so that's the mask story. And and 67 years. So, and I was very careful not to put on weight. And after 40 years, we started like looking after our body better. Both of us spend at least 1 hour for our body. We do exercise, either yoga or aerobics, or I used to play shuttle, something. And we just watch our weight almost every day, so that not even 1 kilo is added. So I think these are all important in our life, because we can enjoy the money or enjoy life only if we have life and only if we have health. And it is nothing guaranteed, like you will live up to 80, 90, no, nothing like that. But then you have to do your part. What is your part? You have to look after your body. You have to eat very little food and keep young, and not only looking young, but it gives you lots of energy. You're never tired. gives you stamina. You can sit, you can travel, you can wait, lift weight, whatever you want, you can do. So all this is important. Not that if you earn money, you can eat and drink and only enjoy life. No, you have to spend at least 1 hour for your body. Mind you, this is going to make a big change in your life. So any office will open only at 9 or 10. So just make a time regime for you. Get up at least at 6 by 6:30. Have your coffee, your all other basic needs, and at least 8 to 9 or 7:30 to 8:30. Do 1 hour of exercise. Let it be yoga, let it be, or you go to YouTube, how much number of exercises are there, 1 mile walk, 5-mile walk, all you can just need a mat and just need a 10 square feet of space. You can, that is how I do. So this is very important. Also, you trust your employees, motivate your employees. Also, innovation in product is also important. You cannot survive years and years with the basic product you started with. Every year, you have to look into your products, improvise, bring in new products, and look at the other, your peer companies, what are their products, what is their turnover, what is their price, all that you have to learn. And 4 years back, I went to Bangkok. Just I visited the Platinum Mall there, and then I saw one blouse-like thing hanging on the hanger. I just asked them, what is this? They said it's a crop top. I just bought 2-3 crop tops. I brought it here. I thought it looks like a blouse. I thought, so I bought it. And for one Rotary dinner meeting, I just wore that top and wore my sari over it. And everybody came and asked me, where is this blouse from? It looks so fit, so nice. I'll just show you my blouse. Just 1 second. So this is the blouse. See, it stretches like this. Stretches like this. Even if you are fat, it will fit you. Even if you are slim also, it will fit you. Even mother and daughter can wear it. So this is the sleeve. If you wear it like this, just like, fits like you. Look at that, like my sleeve. So slim you look. So I bought it and I gave this to my product manager and said, this is a blouse. I want this blouse, this material, because it's so comfortable, it's so cool, it fits you like your second skin. And he took that and he helped me in making this blouse, which was a hit. But maybe during COVID days, nobody's wearing saris, but then market has come down. And I thought lots of imitations will come, but so far nothing has come. So this is my ready-made blouse. We call it comfy blouse. So this, I mentioned this because it's all important, that how you spend your time. Also, I'll show you one of my paintings in my room. This is my painting. I'm not a born artist or anything, but see the painting. This is a watercolor painting. I'm not a born artist or anything, but I believe every minute in our body, in our life, should be utilized usefully, fruitfully. And when the COVID days came, 3 months of lockdown in March, April, May, the last March, April and May, I thought, okay. So I used to learn painting, and my master said, ma'am, you have to learn watercolor. I started learning, but it was so tough. I said, master, I'm not able to do this thing. I cannot do this. It is very difficult, because I said I'll do only oil painting, and I stuck on to oil painting. I did a lot of oil painting. Then the COVID days came. I said, okay, this is an opportunity for me to start my learning watercolor. I bought lots of papers and paints, and I started learning watercolors. And the happiness, the bliss I just cannot explain to you. I didn't have time even to take my food because I was so much fascinated by these watercolors. I just started doing it. I did lots of saris also in watercolors. It looks so beautiful. I'll show you one sari also. See this sari? Can you see the sari? See the sari?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, ma'am.
Yes, we can.
This is another sari. So what I'm telling you is, every minute in your life you should use fruitfully. And now I have about 500 paintings just to sell. So it's not for making money, but I don't mind getting some money also, because it is so valuable. A lot of sweat and a lot of your hard work comes in front of you. So about 300 paintings I did in this COVID days. Every day I do one painting. Every day I do one painting. Some paintings I'll take 2 days. Sometimes I do 2 paintings in a day. I'm not boasting of anything, but I think I don't watch much TV. I don't waste my time. Full of creativity. That is my life. I enjoy it, but many people may not enjoy it. That's up to you. That's your choice. But I enjoy it, and I think that is the secret of my success. And I'm very positive. Whatever problems in my life, there are lots of problems. Everybody's life. In my life also, lots of problems. Whatever problems I have, in the night when I lie down to sleep, I am calm. I just want to sleep. I'll just sleep like that. I get up early. And some problems which is not in your control, you just leave it. Because you cannot do anything about it. You have your health, your children are healthy, your husband is healthy, you have a roof, you have a house, you have money, you have food. That's good enough. You have a car. I have a small car only, Jazz or what, Creta. That's what I have now. I didn't buy a big car because I don't go anywhere. I don't want to show off my wealth or anything. I said my Creta is more than enough. And I don't have a driver. I don't have a full-time servant. My maid, I can't call servant, maid. Mary, that's my maid. She comes at 8 o'clock in the morning, leaves at 2:30 in the afternoon. Dinner salad I make myself. I cook. I love to cook. I bake my cakes, biscuits, bread, everything. So that's how I enjoy my life. And I think this activity and creativity keeps me going. And that's why I look like this. Thank you. Thank you so much for your valuable time.
Really, thank you, ma'am. I don't know what to say. Really inspiring and motivation. Sorry, you are too motivated.
Yeah.
Really, you shared everything. You shared everything open-heartedly. I don't know what you say. Words cannot express. Really, thank you, ma'am. May I bore you? Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hope we all, otherwise the entrepreneurs who are listening in this, mainly so many women entrepreneurs are there. Hope this will enlighten us in our journey of entrepreneurship.
Yeah, that is another thing I just wanted to tell everyone. Everyone, I think I am the least talented person. Every person is so much talented, but majority of them don't take out their talent because of the environmental from the maybe they don't get encouragement, the family, the husband. I don't know what it is, but I think all of you should use your talents and be creative Maybe some people write poetry, books, or gardening. Some are good cooks. So whatever you are good at, you do something creatively and you make some money. What is wrong in that? My husband has lots of money, but then I don't just believe in depending on others for your needs. I don't know, maybe because I was born in that patriarchal family and all the money went to my brothers, and so maybe all that made a big change in me, that I learned a big lesson that you should not depend on others. Maybe when you are given with everything in your childhood, you may not think about it, but my childhood was not very pleasant one. Maybe that is one reason that I thought I should be independent. Yes.
Really, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Now is the time for question and answer. Please do unmute your mic and ask question.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
I would like to ask a question and thank you for the privilege. Ma'am, നമുക്ക് സക്സസിന്റെ ഒപ്പം ആസ് എ എന്റർപ്രീനിയർ സക്സസിന്റെ ഒപ്പം ഫെയിലിയേഴ്സ് ഉണ്ടാവും. അപ്പൊ ആ ഫെയിലിയർ ടൈമിൽ മാമിന് റിഗ്രറ്റഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരുപാട് തീരുമാനങ്ങളുടെ ഒപ്പം തന്നെയായിരിക്കും ഈ ഫെയിലിയേഴ്സ് ഉണ്ടാവുന്നതും. അങ്ങനെ എന്തെങ്കിലും റിഗ്രറ്റഡ് ആയിട്ട് തീരുമാനങ്ങളോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആ ടൈമിൽ ഉണ്ടാവുന്ന ആ ഒരു മെന്റലി എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് മാമിന് തോന്നിയിട്ടുള്ളത്?
See, have you seen a small baby walking? First few years, 1.5 years, 1 year, he'll walk, he'll fall down, he'll get up, again he'll try to walk. So this is the secret of nature. So without failure, no one can succeed. Actually, my first product is silver gummies. I had to stop it because I knew sitting in this corner of the country, I just cannot cater, or I just cannot make dresses which I liked, because there is no printing units here, no dyeing units here. I couldn't get a dupatta dyed to my dresses. So that's how I thought, okay, this is not easy sitting here. Now things are different, but 25 years back, things were so bad. So I thought, okay, that was a failure, you know. My dresses sold like that, everybody appreciated this, that is there. But the profit margin was very less because we had to depend on North India for the materials, for the workers, everything. So that was a failure. I started 5 exclusive outlets for this stuff. That was a failure. I had to close down. So that doesn't mean in your whole life you cannot start another exclusive outlets. Now I have 23 exclusive outlets. So don't just be discouraged with one failure. That is what the fire, that should be the fire inside you. One failure is not going to stop me. I will win. I will capture. I will conquer. This is very important. That you should have that willpower and courage inside you. That is more important. Everybody has failure. Everybody. My husband used to make clocks and time travelers clocks and all that. He stopped it because the margin was less and it was difficult to manufacture those products. So with that, he should not be stopping everything. Failures happen to everybody, but you should not be discouraged with that. You find out. Have you seen this termites? Chedal കണ്ടിട്ടില്ലേ? ചെതലിനെ നമ്മൾ ഒരു സ്ഥലത്ത് നിന്ന് മാറ്റി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ചെതല് വേറെ സ്ഥലത്ത് വന്നിട്ട് അവര് വേറെ കണ്ടുപിടിക്കും. അതുപോലെ ആവണം നമ്മൾ അതെ ഒരു സ്ഥലത്ത് നിന്ന് നമ്മൾ പോയില്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ അടുത്ത് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കണം. So this is very important. For that you need very positive mind. Also stay away from negative people, negators. I call them negators. They find so many excuses. I failed because I don't have money. I failed because my husband didn't give me money. I failed because that person has a lot of money to start so many shops, but I don't have that money. No, nothing like that. With very small money only, the great man, Kochouseph, he grew up like this. And many, even my husband, he started with very minimum amount. So that is not a reason. So this is called the excusitis, finding reasons. I failed because of that. She succeeded because of that. No. But I can tell you, if 100 people start an organization or industry or any business, only 5% become successful. So everybody cannot be a business person. Everybody cannot start a business. Everybody cannot be successful. This you have to realize. And if you feel yourself, I'm not for business, just stop it. Stop it then and there. Don't prolong it because you'll lose your money. This is what I have to tell you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Sajna. May I invite JC Aldos, President JCI Ernakulam, for a vote of thanks.
Thank you, Chairman, for the privilege. 32,819 പുതിയ കോവിഡ് കേസുകളാണ് ഇന്ന് കേരളത്തിൽ. ഇത്രയും പാൻഡമിക് ആയ ഇന്ന് നമുക്ക് ഇതുപോലെ ഒരു വൈകിട്ട് 8 മണിക്ക് ഒരു ബിസിനസ് ഓണ്ടർപ്രണർമാരുടെ ഒരു മീറ്റിംഗ്, എങ്ങനെ നമുക്ക് ഇത്രയും വലിയ പാൻഡമിക് സിറ്റുവേഷനിലും നമുക്ക് ഓവർകം ചെയ്യാം, എങ്ങനെ പുതിയ രീതികൾ കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാം എന്ന ഒരു ട്രെയിനിങ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ഇൻസ്പയറിംഗ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് സ്പീക്കിംഗ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ട്രെയിനിങ് സെക്ഷൻ തന്നെ നമുക്ക് ക്രമീകരിച്ചത് JCI മുളന്തുരുത്തിയുടെ ഇനിഷ്യേറ്റീവിലാണ്. ഇന്നത്തെ ഈ പ്രോഗ്രാമിന്റെ ചെയർമാനും ഈ പ്രോഗ്രാമിന്റെ ഏറ്റവും മികച്ച സംഘാടകയുമായിരിക്കുന്ന JCI മുളന്തുരുത്തിയുടെ പ്രസിഡന്റ് JC അഞ്ജു വർഗീസിനെ ഏറ്റവും സ്നേഹത്തോടെ നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുകയാണ്. അടുത്തതായി ഇന്നത്തെ ഈ ഒരു പരിപാടിയുടെ സ്വാഗതം അർപ്പിച്ച ടോക്കറ്റ് ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട് ഓഫ് സയൻസ് ആൻഡ് ടെക്നോളജിയുടെ റെപ്രസെന്റേറ്റീവ് ശ്രീ നിഖിൽ കാലിബ് നിക്സോണിനെ ഏറ്റവും സ്നേഹത്തോടെ നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുന്നു. അടുത്തതായി ഏറ്റവും തിരക്കുകൾക്കിടയിലും നമ്മൾക്ക് കൃത്യമായ നിർദ്ദേശങ്ങളും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഏറ്റവും മികച്ച രീതിയിൽ ഏറ്റവും മികച്ച പിന്തുണ നൽകുന്ന അവർ അസൈൻഡ് ZBP JC സെനറ്റർ അഡ്വക്കേറ്റ് നെൽസൺ തോമസ് സാറിനെയും ഏറ്റവും സ്നേഹത്തോടെ നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുകയാണ്. അടുത്തതായി നമുക്ക് ഇന്ന് നമ്മുടെ ഗസ്റ്റായി ഇവിടെ കടന്നു വന്ന 3 പരിപാടികൾ, സോണിന്റെ 3 പരിപാടികൾ ഒരുപോലെ നടക്കുമ്പോൾ കൃത്യമായ ഇടവേളകളിൽ ഇവിടെ വരികയും ഏറ്റവും മികച്ച രീതിയിൽ ഇവിടെ പങ്കെടുപ്പിക്കുകയും നമുക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും വേണ്ട ഒരു മെസ്സേജ് നൽകി നമുക്ക് നിർദ്ദേശങ്ങൾ നൽകി പോയ അവർ സോൺ പ്രസിഡന്റ് JC സെനറ്റർ ശ്രീജിത്ത് സി സാറിനോടുള്ള നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുകയാണ്. അടുത്തതായി നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്താനുള്ളത് ഇന്നത്തെ നമ്മുടെ ചീഫ് ഗസ്റ്റും സ്പീക്കറുമായിരിക്കുന്ന മിസ്സിസ് ഷീല കൊച്ചോസ് ചിറ്റലിപ്പള്ളി മാഡത്തിനെയാണ്. ദ ജേർണി ഓഫ് ആൻ ഓണ്ടർപ്രണർഷിപ്പ് എന്നൊരു പേരിൽ നമുക്ക് ഈ പ്രോഗ്രാം വന്നപ്പോൾ സ്വന്തം ഡ്രീമും സ്വന്തം പാഷനും ഒരു 15 വയസ്സ് മുതൽ ഉള്ള ഒരു കഥ വളരെ ഭംഗിയായി എല്ലാവർക്കും നല്ലൊരു മോട്ടിവേഷൻ കിട്ടുന്ന രീതി, ഏറ്റവും നല്ല രീതിയിൽ എല്ലാവരും മനസ്സിലേക്ക് ഉൾക്കൊള്ളാൻ പറ്റുന്ന രീതി, തന്റെ ഡ്രീമും പാഷനും എങ്ങനെ ഫോക്കസ് ചെയ്ത് നമുക്കൊരു ബിസിനസ്സിലേക്ക് ആക്കാം എന്ന് വളരെ മികച്ച രീതിയിൽ നമുക്ക് പറഞ്ഞു നൽകിയ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മളെ ഏറ്റവും നല്ല രീതിയിൽ നമ്മളെ ഇരുത്തി കേൾപ്പിച്ച മാമിനോടുള്ള നന്ദി JCI കുടുംബത്തിന് വേണ്ടി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുകയാണ്. അടുത്തതായി ഇന്നോവേഷൻ ആൻഡ് എന്റർപ്രണർഷിപ്പ് ഡെവലപ്മെന്റ് സെന്ററിന്റെയും ടോക്കറ്റ് ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട് ഓഫ് സയൻസ് ആൻഡ് ടെക്നോളജിയുടെയും പ്രതിനിധികളും അതോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ ഇന്നത്തെ ഈ പരിപാടിയിൽ പങ്കെടുത്ത എല്ലാവരോടും നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുന്നു. കൂടാതെ ഇന്ന് JCI മുളന്തുരുത്തി ഇതുപോലൊരു പരിപാടിക്ക് നേതൃത്വം നൽകിയപ്പോൾ ഒരുപോലെ ആ ഒരു പരിപാടിയുടെ വിജയത്തിനു വേണ്ടി ഹോസ്റ്റുമാരായി നിന്ന JCI ആലുവ ടൗൺ, JCI കൊച്ചി, JCI കൊച്ചിൻ മെട്രോ, JCI എറണാകുളം, JCI കരിമുകൾ, JCI കോലഞ്ചേരി, JCI മൂവാറ്റുപുഴ ഇഗ്നൈറ്റിന്റെ പ്രസിഡന്റുമാരോടും അതോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ ഈ ലോംസിന്റെ എല്ലാ മെമ്പേഴ്സിനോടുമുള്ള നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുകയാണ്. കൂടാതെ ഇന്നത്തെ ഈ ഒരു പരിപാടി വിജയിപ്പിക്കുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടി ഇതിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കുകയും ഇതിന്റെ പ്രൊമോഷനുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ടും അല്ലാതെയും എല്ലാം ഈ പ്രോഗ്രാമിന് പിന്തുണ നൽകിയ JCI ഫാമിലി അംഗങ്ങളോടും നോൺ JCI മെമ്പേഴ്സിനോടുമുള്ള നന്ദി ഈ പ്രോഗ്രാമിന് വേണ്ടി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുകയാണ്. കൂടാതെ ഇതിന്റെ വിജയത്തിനായി പ്രവർത്തിച്ച എല്ലാവരോടും ഒറ്റവാക്കിൽ നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തി നിർത്തുന്നു. താങ്ക് യു.
Thank you, Aldos. With immense pleasure and gratitude, may I adjourn the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity to meet here. And thank you for patient listening also. If someone achieved something or someone got some positive vibe from my talk, I'm really, really grateful. Thank you so much and good night.
Good night, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You can leave now.
Thank you, ma'am. Sure. Thank you.
ശരി, കൺഗ്രാജുലേഷൻസ് ഓൾ പ്രസിഡൻസ്. കൊള്ളായിരുന്നു, പരിപാടി വളരെ അടിപൊളിയായിരുന്നു.
And too, you did it well. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
മറ്റന്നാളത്തെ പരിപാടി ആലോചിച്ചോളൂ, ഇതിനേക്കാളും ബെറ്റർ ആക്കണം മറ്റന്നാളത്തെ പരിപാടി.
നമ്മുടെ ടീം വണ്ടർഫുൾ ആയിരുന്നു കേട്ടോ. എല്ലാവരും നല്ല രീതിയിൽ തന്നെ.
സത്താർ കൊച്ചിന്റെ ബുക്കിംഗ് കാണിക്കൂ.
എന്തായാലും എന്താ പറയാ 75 പാർട്ടിസിപ്പേഷൻ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. എനിക്ക് കുറച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോ ടെൻഷൻ എന്താ വെച്ചാല് ഇനി 100 വരെ ഇതിനകത്തുള്ളൂ. അപ്പൊ എനിക്ക് അതിന്റെ ഒരു ടെൻഷൻ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. കൂടി വന്നാൽ ബാക്കിയുള്ളവർക്ക് കയറാൻ പറ്റില്ലല്ലോ.
എങ്ങനെ അടിക്കാന്നുള്ളത് ജയിച്ച മുളന്തുരുത്തിന്റെ പ്രസിഡന്റാണ്. കാരണം ഉണ്ടാക്കി ടെൻഷൻ അടിക്കും.